Oh boy, just got back from the Crusader's mailbox and look what came in. Boop! Oh, new Discover credit card. I remember applying for this guy, I want to say a week ago, and they said I was approved for $10,000. You see, kids, if you work on your credit, things, happen. You get approved for stuff. It's just how it works. Life is good. It really is. So I'm going to go ahead and check my email, see if anybody needs help or has any questions that I may be able to answer. So let's go ahead and let's get going on that. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Oh, this is bull! All right. The subject of today's video is the beloved IRS 4506T form. I know a lot of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You go in, you apply for a Discover card, they say you're approved. Hell, you may even get a card in the mail. But then out of nowhere, your card doesn't work, and then you look in your email and you'll see that dreaded email that they send, please sign IRS consent form, and you're basically screwed if you don't. So that's the subject of today's video. But I'd also like to talk about, as far as my consultations are concerned, I can't do it for $50 anymore, guys. It's too much. I mean, for an hour of my time, I just started out doing them for $50 just to get my bearings with my equipment and how I was going to conduct the consultations. But now they're $150. I had to raise the price. Sorry, but my time, an hour of my time is just worth more than $50. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'd also like to say, please hit like and subscribe and all that YouTube gobbledygook crap that you got to do to make the channel get better. It's like, I try to be different than all the other YouTubers as far as, credit is concerned. I don't tell you all the crap like how to get your frequent flyer miles or, a bunch of crap like, as far as removing inquiries. It's like, we got, the other guys, lock your LexisNexis and all this. It's like, you just call in and you can do it. It's like I try to be really direct and give you guys the information that you need so you can actually work with it and get to it, not just keep watching their stupid videos hoping that you're going to eventually learn something, like some people we know. But enough of that. Let's get started on the meat and potatoes of this video. That IRS form. Man, it's like, it's one of the things, it sucks. It's like you think you're approved. This is with Discover, and it's like, you get this form, and it's like, what the hell, man? What happened? What triggered it? I don't know. I'll be upfront and honest. I don't know exactly what the algorithm is to not get this to pop up. I don't know. I can definitely advise, though, on how to try to avoid it, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. First thing is, the best rule of thumb when it comes to this, to Discover nowadays, don't look suspicious. What do I mean by that? Well, if you get a card, like if you have let's just say if you have a new CPN and you try to get the card, I think that will cause it to pop up, because I've seen this thing pop up on secured cards. So, I mean, yeah, that blows my mind. Income verification on a secured card? Are you kidding me? Yep, I've seen it happen. I think a good rule of thumb would be to, if you do get approved for a Discover card, to set up the online and activate it. Activate that thing as fast as you can, because I've seen, I guess if you wait a month and don't activate it, that may trigger that thing to pop up, because I've seen that happen where a card was open for a month, wasn't activated, and then boom, they hit them with this a month later out of nowhere. Card was never even used. Another thing that would be, a good way to try to avoid this thing is for your income, don't go crazy with your income. Lowball it, believe it or not. Because I've seen $86,000, saying you make $86,000. I've seen something like that trigger this thing. So I think what you really want to do is you want to try to avoid Discover giving you a big credit limit out the gate. That's if you can't sign this. Because if you can sign it, if you actually make the money and you have a record at the IRS, then you should be good. But here's another thing that blows my mind. I've seen people who actually make the money and they still get their account shut down, even if they do sign it. So it's like, what gives? I don't know. Hey, if anybody else knows about this, please write it in the comments. Let everybody else know. I've seen adding and removing authorized users. If you have an old account and you add and remove authorized users, I've seen them, you get this form for doing that. Before, they used to just close the account down altogether. But now I've heard that they'll hit you with this form and then they'll close your account down. I think this form may be some sort of like a tactic for them to cover their ass. Like, oh, we're not discriminating. We had them to sign the form and we didn't close it down because they're adding and removing authorized users. It's just their income wasn't good enough. It must be some regulatory thing, or that's the only thing I can think of. But as far as also trying to avoid this, I wouldn't, if you're trying to build a CPN or a credit profile, I'm now backing off on saying that Discover is awesome. I would go over to Citibank and you get their secured card, because I've never seen them give any kind of pushback like this. But here's the thing though. That doesn't mean that if you get a Discover card that you're definitely going to get that form. It doesn't mean that. There's some people out there who get a Discover card, everything's fine, and they never see high or low that form. So it's like, you know, you got to jiggle the locks and try to figure things out. I firmly believe that the banks, they sometimes will, do things randomly. They don't want people figuring out their systems. They don't want people trying different things, testing the locks so they can basically open them up every time. They got to make it difficult. They try to throw people off. So, I mean, I firmly believe that stuff like that is going on over at those banks. So people can't figure out the systems because they're aware there are communities out there like this one where there's people who get together and start, letting people know what the banks are doing. So it's easier for people to actually get the cards and the money. So, I know for a fact that the banks, they're trying to do whatever they can to kind of thwart that. So that's just something you need to keep in mind. My best advice would be, if you're going to deal with Discover, if you get the card, activate it as soon as you get it, and then use it immediately. Get a balance on that if you're afraid that they're going to shut it down. And I'm going to tell you why. I've never seen them throw this form at somebody who had a balance on their card. I guess, I'm not saying, I just had never seen it. And I'm thinking they don't want to rock the boat because they know that if they try to do this and close someone's account down and the account's got a big balance, they may not pay it back. So they kind of like ease back. So, that's one of my, that's some advice I can give you to try to like safeguard it. Like if you get like a $5,000 Discover limit out the gate, I'd use at least half of that right away. Just in case they try to, pull this crap, you can, you kind of got a little more leverage, if you know what I mean. So that's all I can say about that. I hope some people actually write in the comments and give a little more information about this thing, because it's pretty much, it started, I want to say, the start of this year is when I've, come in contact with this guy. I'd never seen it before until, I want to say, a few months ago. I'd never even seen this form until now. It's just like, it's been, been being thrown out there a lot. And I'm sure you guys have seen it too, because I've heard you guys talking about it in the comments. So I hope this helps. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.